So this is from Jim Clendenin. This is why I want to go out to Santa Barbara right away. There are people who got a good score and immediately jacked the price of their wines. This guy is absolutely one of the best Burgundian winemakers. So Chardonnay, Pinot Noir. He certainly makes Italian varietals, but this is what he's known for.
Burgundian?
In Burgundy, in France.
Okay.
What they're best known for is making Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
Should I have known that? Burgundian?
If you watch our show, you'll know that, right? But should you? No, I think it would be safe to say that most Americans don't, right? In France, they don't tell you the varietals. In the United States, they do.
Okay.
So in France, it's about the terroir, the earth, the soil. We'll talk about that later. But you know what Jim's done is make extraordinarily high quality wines at very, very fair prices for 20 plus years. And that's why I want to go there right away. This is a guy that I hold in the highest esteem. You know, are there, long before the days of Sideways, right? There's Clendenin.
Right.
And this is a guy who, you know, pioneered this area, was one of the most important producers, has done it on an extraordinarily high level for a long period of time. And I think he is, you know, one of our national treasures. And
you know, so I think what we have is the ability to try different types of food, cheese, olives. You know, you could certainly do cured fish. You know, smoked trout would be great. Smoked salmon would be wonderful. And I think it's easy. You know, we don't need to get up and make a meal. This is the meal. But I think anytime we're drinking wine, there should be food available. And I think in addition to that, if you're consuming alcohol and you're not drinking water, it's simply irresponsible. Absolutely, right? And you know, I've heard people say, well, there's no evidence that suggests that that's true, or you would have to consume an inordinate amount of alcohol. That's ridiculous. I have 25 years of living proof that if you drink water, you will not have a hangover to the degree that you would if you didn't.
So you've tested that?
Nightly. I mean, and it works. There's no question. It's the responsible way to consume alcohol is to drink water. And ideally, you would drink the same amount of water as you do alcohol.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, now, certainly a shot is equal to 12 ounces of a beer is equal to 1 glass of wine, right?
Yeah.
And is that glass of wine 4 to 5 ounces? That sounds about right. But I think that's, and I've done it, I've had interesting arguments with people who are simply cantankerous, who want to suggest that it's unnecessary. Go ahead, don't drink the water. Then you tell me how you feel in the morning, and I'll be sure how I'll feel in the morning.
you know, Chardonnay is going back to 92. You know, where some people would say, well, you know, that's ridiculous. We know that Chardonnays don't last that long. No, if the acidity level is high enough, then the wines will last long enough.
Okay.
Right? So when American Chardonnays were traditionally made in a flabby style, they wouldn't last as long. But if the acidity level is high enough, they can last 20, 30 years plus. And that all has to do with the quality of the wine, the balance of the wine, and the way that they're made.
Okay.
And that's why we want to go out and see
I'm
them.
anxious to do that. And then the cheese, you always have cheese. Every time I'm here, you have cheese.
Absolutely. I mean, hedonistically, what's more delicious than cheese, right? But we thought for a long time that we had to go to France, to Italy, to Spain to see glorious cheese.
Right.
In the United States today, we're making cheeses that are every bit as good as you would find anywhere else in the world.
Are these for the United States?
All of them are. So you know, you've got a goat, a cow, a sheep, made at a level that you don't need to go to Europe to find extraordinary cheeses. It's fun to do so. It's fun to open our minds and try things from different places, right? And what I want to help people do is stop getting over these provincial ideas. Stop getting over the little bit of knowledge that you have, because it's very dangerous. And people start forming rigid opinions when they have a little bit of knowledge. Real gourmands, people who are real connoisseurs, are open-minded. Remember, it's supposed to be fun. Isn't that the point?
This is fun.
Right. So a little cheese, a little wine, a little salume.
Tommy, that cheese in the middle is fabulous.
Right.
Excuse me just a second.